When I was a kid, I was wondering kind of what's the meaning of life? Like, why are we here? What's it all about?
$648 billion. That's what Elon Musk is worth right now. But here's what's insane. He doesn't own a yacht. He sold almost all his mansions, and he keeps telling everyone he's cash poor. So where is all that money going? What we found will blow your mind. Because while other billionaires are buying islands and sports teams, Musk has been quietly building something completely different. Everything you think you know about his lifestyle, he is wrong. Stick around because what we're about to reveal makes every other billionaire look boring. Let me blow your mind with something crazy. Right now, as you're watching this, Elon Musk's wealth stands at approximately $648 billion, according to Bloomberg, making him officially the wealthiest person on planet Earth. But here's where it gets weird. The man doesn't have a salary. Zero. He literally gets paid in stock options when Tesla hits certain milestones. His wealth breaks down like this. About $300 billion from his Tesla shares. That's his 19.7% stake in the company. Then there's SpaceX, where he owns 42% of a company now valued at $350 billion. That's another massive chunk. Add in his 25% stake in XAI, valued at $50 billion, plus Neuralink and The Boring Company at around $20 billion combined. But here's what's insane. Tesla shareholders approved a compensation package that could give Musk nearly $1 trillion in stock over the next decade if he meets ambitious performance targets. We're talking about potentially creating the world's first trillionaire. The targets? Growing Tesla's market cap to $8.5 trillion, delivering 20 million vehicles, putting 1 million robots to work, and getting 1 million robotaxis on the road. Impossible? Maybe. But this is the guy who said he'd land rockets vertically and everyone laughed. Now SpaceX does it routinely. Now let's talk about where this man actually lives, because this is where things get really interesting. In 2021 and 2024, Musk quietly bought 3 adjacent properties in Austin, Texas, spending around $35 million total. We're talking about a main villa that's over 14,400 square feet with this gorgeous Tuscan design, plus a 6-bedroom mansion next door, and a third property within walking distance. Neighbors complained about what they called unneighborly behavior, including installing a 16-foot chain-link fence and constantly rotating security guards who change shifts 3 times per day. The fence and gate system? Installed without permits, violating 6 city ordinances. One neighbor literally called it Fort Knox. And you know what's crazy? The security cameras even caught a neighbor when he had to pee outside. That's the level of surveillance we're talking about. Let's talk about how someone this wealthy actually moves around. Most billionaires have one private jet. Musk operates an entire fleet through his companies, valued at over $500 million. His primary aircraft is a Gulfstream G650ER. They call it Team Starship. This thing logged over 400 flight hours in 2025 alone. Plus, SpaceX operates Sikorsky S-92 helicopters at Boca Chica for quick hops to the launch sites. And the car collection? 3 custom Cybertrucks, one of them armored with $200,000 in modifications. A McLaren F1 from the 90s, now worth $20 million. But the real toys, those aren't cars. They're Starship prototypes sitting in Boca Chica, each worth $100 million. When you want to take a joyride, most people grab car keys. Musk has personal access to humanity's most powerful rockets. Now here's where the lifestyle gets less glamorous than you'd think. The man works 100+ hours a week. That's not an exaggeration. His typical day starts at 6 a.m. Mornings are dedicated to Tesla operations, production issues, new technology developments, solving whatever crisis emerged overnight. Afternoons, that's SpaceX time. He's often down in Boca Chica watching Starship tests and development. We're talking about a 50-something-year-old billionaire literally standing on launch pads, getting his hands dirty with rocket engineering. Evenings are reserved for X and XAI, which usually means he's tweeting into the early morning hours from what neighbors call the X Mansion. His diet? He's experimented with keto and intermittent fasting. There are rumors he's testing Neuralink implants on himself for sleep tracking, though that's unconfirmed. This isn't the lifestyle you see on Instagram. There are no yacht parties in Monaco, no shopping sprees in Paris. This year has been absolutely transformative for Musk's wealth and influence. First, there was his brief stint with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which he exited in May 2025 to focus back on Tesla. During those few months, claims emerged that his initiatives saved the government $2 trillion. Then came the robo-taxi launch in October 2025. Tesla's stock surged 60% year-to-date, partially based on political connections and the DOJ role, but also because of genuine technological achievements. The stock hit $500 per share, adding tens of billions to Musk's net worth overnight. SpaceX had its first successful orbital Starship flight in Q3 2025, a moment that will be remembered in history books. NASA responded with over $4 billion in new contracts. Suddenly, the Mars colonization timeline doesn't seem so crazy anymore. And XAI, Grok 3 topped AI benchmarks, triggering a valuation spike to $50 billion. They've built the world's largest AI supercomputer cluster in Memphis, a $10 billion infrastructure project that's literally reshaping the AI landscape. So, what's the point of all this? Why does any of this matter? Here's what I think is actually inspiring about this whole story. Elon Musk's lifestyle isn't about yachts, mansions, or bottle service at clubs. It's almost entirely focused on building things. You might agree with his methods or not, but you can't deny the man is betting everything, his time, his reputation, his wealth, on a vision of the future. The lesson isn't to copy his lifestyle. The lesson is that real wealth, real impact, comes from obsessive focus on building something bigger than yourself. Most billionaires buy sports teams and retire. Musk is trying to colonize Mars and solve artificial general intelligence. That's not a lifestyle, that's a mission.